Yeah, he's got a mic and a mind full of thunder. Got a take that'll make you wonder. From rants to guests, reviews in the zone. It's Dick Buttons and the Venture Zone. It's the world according to Dick Buttons, where the truth's unfiltered and fun. He'll rant, he'll rave, he'll drop that bomb, then laugh when the job's all done. So grab your drink, kick back, and tune in. You never know where the show's going, 'cause it's the world according to Dick Buttons.
Welcome aboard, everybody. Thank you so much for pressing play on this week's episode. We got some new stuff, we got some classic stuff, and we've got a great guest. Oh, and don't forget, we also have the Vincenzo. So strap in, get yourself a snack, pour yourself a cold one, and let's get started.
He rants, he rules, he tells it straight. No sugarcoat, no hesitate. It's the world according to Dick Buttons, where rants make the world sound great. Yeah! Don't hold back, let it fly. It's Dick Buttons, time to testify.
All right, I've had it. I've absolutely had it. We need to talk about the most infuriating, brain-melting, patience-destroying habits in the modern world. People who watch TV while scrolling on their phone, and then have the audacity to ask questions about what's happening in the show. What the actual fuck are you doing? You're sitting right next to me, the TV's right there, and instead of paying attention, you're over there doom scrolling through TikTok, liking memes, texting your cousin, and watching cat videos. Then you look up mid-episode and go, wait, who's that guy? Who's that guy? He's the main character, you digital zombie. He's been on the screen for 45 minutes. You can't multitask your way through a damn show. You're not a NASA pilot. You're a distracted potato with Wi-Fi. This is why plot twists confuse you, because you're too busy living in two dimensions of stupidity at the same time. Oh, I can follow both. No, you can't. You're not multitasking. You're half-assing. Two things at once. You're missing half the show, half of your messages, and all of my respect. It's like watching a movie with a toddler holding an iPad. They look up every 10 minutes and like, why did that guy die? Because you weren't watching, genius. You were too busy liking some influencer's breakfast burrito to notice the murder that just happened on screen. And the absolute worst? When they ask you to pause it. Pause it? No. We're not pausing it because you couldn't focus on the screen for a consecutive 30 seconds. This isn't choose your own adventure. This is a television. You either watch it or you don't. Pick a lane. So here are some Dick Buttons punishments for these people. The dual screen ban. If you can't watch a show without your phone, fine. We'll take your phone away and replace it with a rotary dial. Let's see you scroll that, champ. The spoiler penalty. Every time you ask a dumb question about something you missed, we spoil the next episode for you. That'll teach you to pay attention. The split attention experiment. For one full day, you can only do one thing at a time. Walk or talk, eat or breathe. Maybe then you'll appreciate focus again. Or the Pavlovian retraining. Every time you reach for your phone during a show, you get sprayed with a water bottle like an unruly cat. Eventually, you'll learn. So to all the screen-scrolling, attention-deficient couch zombies out there, put the damn phone down and watch the fucking show. You're missing the plot, ruining the moment, and slowly melting what's left of your brain into a puddle of distracted sludge. If you can't focus for 45 minutes without needing digital stimulation, you don't need Netflix, you need help. So do us all a favor. Mute the phone, open your eyes, and actually watch something before I start walking around with a spray bottle at every watch party. Who's that guy? It's called the protagonist, Karen. Okay, I can't take it anymore. Let's talk about the absolute geniuses, the digital Einsteins who turn off all their notifications and then have the gall to complain that they missed something. What the hell did you think was going to happen? You shut off every alert, every ping, every vibration, and then 2 days later you're standing there like a confused goldfish saying, oh, I didn't see your text. No kidding, brain trust. You turned off the thing that tells you there's a text. You can't throw your phone into Do Not Disturb, buried under a pillow, and then act shocked that the world moved on without you. You're not the Dalai Lama. You're a grown adult with responsibilities. Maybe, just maybe, keep the on button on. If you don't want to live in a state of permanent surprise. Oh, I like my peace and quiet. Oh, really? Then why are you bitching that nobody told you about the meeting, the birthday party, the group chat, the storm warning, the apocalypse? You wanted serenity. Congratulations. You missed everything. These people act like they've transcended the digital noise. I just can't be chained to my phone. No, Karen, you're not enlightened. You're unreliable. You're the human equivalent of message failed to send. I text you, I email you, I DM you, and then 3 days later you reply with, sorry, just saw this. Yeah, no kidding. It's 2025, not the Pony Express. And as always, here are some fitting Dick Buttons punishments for these maniacs. The notification gauntlet. Every person who didn't see the message gets locked in a room with every notification sound playing simultaneously. Slack pings, messenger dings, calendar alerts all at once until their soul vibrates at 900 megahertz. The missed message tax. For every oops, I missed it, you owe everyone involved 1 cup of coffee and an apology in interpretive dance. Maybe that'll remind you to check your phone. The Ghosted Award. If you miss 3 important things in a row, you lose communication privileges entirely. We send your next invitation by carrier pigeon, since apparently you live off the grid. And finally, the reality check. You get assigned to a 12-year-old tech tutor who teaches you how to toggle a notification switch like a functioning adult. So, yeah, if you're one of those people who turns off notifications and then whines that you missed the message, newsflash, you're the problem. You didn't miss it because of technology, you missed it because of you. Stop blaming your phone and start blaming your laziness. And for the love of all that's digital, turn your damn notifications back on. Because I swear, the next time someone tells me, oh, I didn't see it, I'm going to tattoo enable alerts across their forehead in Comic Sans. Oh, you missed this episode? Yeah, figures your notifications are off. All right, buckle up, because I need to get this one off my chest before I start handing out citations myself. We need to talk about people who put stickers all over their car. And I don't mean one cute little bumper sticker or a window decal. No, no, no. I'm talking about the rolling collage of chaos, the four-wheeled sticker museum that looks like a third grader's trapper keeper exploded on the highway. The hell is wrong with you people? You're out here driving a vehicle that looks like Lisa Frank threw up on it after a Red Bull binge. There are so many stickers. I can't even tell what color your car used to be. I'm trying to merge, and your rear end looks like a NASCAR cross with a ransom note. You've got band logos, political slogans, stick figure families, cartoon frogs, alien heads, baby on board, dog mom, don't tread on me, keep honking, I'm reloading, or a QR code for your Etsy shop. All fighting for attention like it's the Hunger Games back there. I can't even read your license plate because your message to the world is apparently more important than basic road safety. Oh, it's just how I express myself. No, it's how you assault our retinas. You're not expressing yourself, you're creating a mobile migraine. And what's worse, none of the stickers even match. You got Disney princesses next to profanity, Jesus quotes next to pot leaves, Save the Earth next to a Hummer logo. What are you trying to say exactly? That you're a spiritually conflicted eco warrior with anger issues and a glue addiction? And again, here are some funny Dick Buttons punishments for these crazy maniacs. The power wash of shame. Anyone with more than 10 stickers gets their car hauled into a car wash and stripped clean while the Freebird solo plays at max volume. The sticker to skin swap. You love stickers so much? Great. You have to wear every single one of them on your body for a full week. Let's see how expressive you feel when you're covered in slogans and dog paw prints. The license plate lottery. For every sticker that covers your plate, we assign you a new random vanity tag that says, I'm an idiot. It seems fitting. And the message limiter. You're only allowed one sticker. Choose wisely. Either coexist or my other cat is functional. That's it. No exceptions. So to all the sticker psychos out there, we get it. You got opinions. You got hobbies. You got cats. But guess what? The rest of us didn't consent to read your autobiography at 60 miles per hour. Your car isn't a scrapbook. It's a mode of transportation. Nobody cares that you brake for Bigfoot or love your rescue iguana. Just drive. Clean it up, peel it off, and for the love of all things adhesive, leave the bumper alone. And if I see one more Prius covered in political stickers, I'm keying clarity into the hood. All right, listen up. I have a bone to pick with the modern grocery store. And not just a bone, the entire skeleton of rage. Because can someone explain to me why, after years of shopping at the same damn store, memorizing every aisle, every product, every shortcut, they suddenly decide out of nowhere to move everything around? What the actual fuck? I've spent years perfecting my grocery store route like a Navy SEAL mission. I know exactly where everything is: cereal, coffee, pasta, cleaning supplies, muscle memory, baby. I could shop that store blindfolded and still beat you to the checkout line. And then one day, bam, you walk in and realize you've entered an alternate dimension where nothing makes sense. The coffee's where the cereal was, the cereal's where the dog food was, and the dog food's now next to the diapers for reasons no human being can comprehend. Who asked for this? It's part of our new store layout for improved customer experience. No, it's not. It's psychological warfare. You're not improving the experience, you're breaking my spirit. You're standing there in the aisle like an idiot, turning in circles like a lost Roomba, trying to find peanut butter, and suddenly you walked 8 miles, aged 3 years, and questioned every decision you've ever made. And don't you dare try to tell me there's a science behind it. Yeah? What science? The let's confuse the shoppers until they buy more crap theory? I see what you're doing. You move my coffee so I wander past 10 impulse buys: trail mix, candles, socks, flamingo pool float, and before I know it, I'm broke, angry, and still coffeeless. These marketing geniuses sit in boardrooms sipping their lattes saying, if we just move the bread one aisle over, we'll increase sales by 3%. No, Chad, what you've increased is my blood pressure. And how about some Dick Buttons punishments? The aisle swap retribution. Every store manager who approved an aisle move must spend one full day shopping blindfolded with no store map. Let's see how fun it feels now. The GPS shopping cart. If you're going to move everything, at least give me a cart with navigation. I want Google Maps for produce. Turn left at the Pop-Tarts, destination sanity. The loyalty reward program. For every aisle you change, I get a free bottle of wine to deal with the trauma. And if it ain't broke law, it should be illegal to move products unless an old aisle is literally on fire. Otherwise, hands off my damn layout. So to all the grocery store executives, listen up. Stop treating your stores like a game of Tetris. We don't want new experiences. We want consistency. We're not treasure hunters. We're tired adults trying to buy milk and get the hell home before the ice cream melts. Leave the coffee where it belongs. Stop hiding the pasta. And for the love of all that is holy, put the peanut butter back where God intended.
Down in Louisiana, where the alligator grows for me, blah, blah, blah. There's a girl that I swear to well, made the alligator look at Saturday. Oh, get in the jewelry. Come here, Rich. Everybody said it was a shame, 'cause her mama was working on a chicken game. A mean bitches. Straight bitches all over now.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, you could tell from that theme music, it is time for Dick Buttons Has a Guest here on The World According to Dick Buttons, and I am excited to have this guy on. I stumbled across his profile on Facebook, saw some YouTube clips, and myself being an Elvis fan, I was blown away. Let's welcome to the show, Logan Ramey.
How are you, Dick? Good to be on your show here.
All right, how you doing? I'm glad you're giving me some time. And there is a weird connection that I'll get into later in the interview between you and I that I think it blew me away when I was looking at your stuff to do some research. So the first question I have to ask, being so young, I mean, you're only 20, right?
21. Just turned 21 in July.
Just turned 21. I mean, I grew up on Elvis. I'm 60. And my mom brought me up on Elvis, and I'm a huge fan from the very time I could watch videos and TV and movies. You have his moves down, and trust me, I am a student of the Elvis game. I mean, that's the one thing that I was taken back when I was watching your clips. At what point in your life did you seek out or decide I'm going to be an Elvis tribute artist?
Well, it was funny because, I mean, I've done this since I've sung Elvis since as far back as I can remember, but my dad really got me into it. He started playing, old country around the house and stuff like that. I got into like George Jones and Johnny Cash, and I actually started out doing Johnny Cash when I was about 2 or 3 years old. There's videos of me singing Johnny Cash. And my grandmother actually was a head of entertainment for a car show, and they would hire an Elvis tribute artist. So, I already kind of had the bug. So they take me to go see him, and that really gave me the bug. And he'd always bring me up to perform, and really put that bug in me. And when I was 10 years old, I finally went to a contest. It was a contest for, people that, the youth division, younger people. And I wound up winning that. It was in Branson. And ever since I won that, it got me going. And I've done it ever since. So.
I mean, I think that's amazing at that young age. And I guess you could say because your father introduced you to music and everything, and then you had that connection with to get to that car show. But to me, it just blows my mind that a kid of that age wants to do Elvis. I mean, I just think that's amazing. The only other person that I ever saw do that was Bruno Mars, if you remember those clips. Yeah. So now, over time, I mean, you started when you were 10, you said, right?
Yes.
When did you say to yourself, okay, I can go up against the best in the game? Because honestly, I mean, I could throw out some names. I'm sure you know who Bill Cherry is and Ben Portsmouth, and I like those guys. But as far as the moves and everything, I think you have them beat. And I don't, listen, I just met you. I don't need to blow smoke up your ass. But at what point did you say to yourself, I actually can compete with the big boys?
Well, they have all these ultimate preliminaries all across the country, and if you win those, that takes you to the championship. So the minute I turned 18, I joined as many as I could. Mm-hmm. And I don't really try to I don't really have a competitive thing in me. I just go up there and do the best I can, and that's all I can do. So I'm not trying to, beat anybody or compete with anybody. I'm just, and getting to a contest it's good promotion and exposure to get your, name out there and keep fresh in the scene. So that's really the reason I was doing it. But, as I got more into contests and meeting with those people, it can be down to a 1 or 2 scores, and it can be close. But those contests, I just do the best I can, and that's all I can do. So.
Well, listen, you do very well. And, you being an Elvis fan, too, you've watched there are some pretty horrific Elvis impersonators or tribute artists out there that are just doing it for the money. And you could tell because they put no effort into it. They're wearing outfits that Elvis never wore. It's downright laughable sometimes. Right.
And, that's the thing about I think that's really separates the two from an impersonator to a tribute artist is, the tribute artist is more of a serious act rather than,
correct,
guy in a corner at a birthday party making a joke out of it. You know what I mean?
Right. I have to ask this question too, because it's always amazed me, like watching Bill Cherry and Ben Portsmouth and guys like that. How much money, and you don't have to put a figure on it, but how much money do you spend on the costumes? Because that's key too. I mean, that is the visual part of it is a lot.
Well, it varies. I mean, he had simple designs, and then as he got a little older, those suits got more elaborate. And to find you a decent jumpsuit, you're going to probably pay anywhere between $1,500 to $6,000, somewhere in that range.
Wow.
Yeah, and I actually did the math a little while ago. And in my whole career of doing this, I've spent over $50,000 just on jumpsuits.
Holy shit. Wow. Yeah. That's a lot of money, man.
Yeah. So,
but it just goes to prove or show that you love what you do, right?
Yes, I do very much.
I mean, I think from you could always tell a real Elvis fan from someone who's just doing it for financial reasons. And I can tell that you pour a lot of love and attention into the moves, into the performance. And I think that's what sets you apart from a lot of the people out there.
Well, thank you. That means a lot. And, all I want to do is have people walk away and be entertained. Then my job is done, so.
And the other thing that I think I'm going to give you credit for, because a lot of the tribute artists and impersonators both do the Elvis voice even when they're not performing. Right. I mean, I don't want to give names, but you know who I'm talking about. Like even in interviews off camera and not on the stage, they're still talking like Elvis. Now, I know there's method acting and everything, but I appreciate that you're you instead of doing the whole Elvis shtick 24/7. Well,
that's funny you say that, because even when I'm performing, I don't try to pretend to be him. I'm still myself. I've always said it's my personal tribute. When I talk in between songs and stuff, I don't try to change my voice or talk as if I were him. I'm just myself. I'm Logan. You know what I mean? And I'm good at like separating the two. I mean, you do a show and then I'm done. I'm back to myself. You know what I mean?
Now, the other question I have, is this a livelihood for you or is this a side gig?
No, this is my full-time job. So
That's all, man. That's awesome.
yes, sir. So
I mean, that is awesome. I think I'm jealous. I mean, growing up being an Elvis fan, and in high school I wanted to be a rock star. And I'll get to our other connection, and it's rock star related, in a little bit. It's cool that you could do that for a living. You must like, just thank your lucky stars every day that you're able to do this.
I do. And, I always said, if I could just make this a living out of it, I'll be happy. And I'm booked pretty much every weekend, and I couldn't be more thankful. And I have a good fan base, and I'm so grateful for them. So I'm a very thankful and grateful person for that. So
now, in doing my research, how did you get that compliment from Elvis's stepbrother? I saw that he felt that he said you were the best or something like that. How did he come about?
Actually, a friend of mine, we had a podcast, and we brought him on the show to be a guest. And I guess he had listened to some of our videos, and he was so gracious to say that compliment towards both of us. So it was very nice to him, and it meant a lot coming from him because he knows, so.
Right. Well, have you seen of late all these new Sora to AI videos putting Elvis in them? I mean, it's crazy, right? I mean,
it's insane. Sometimes I see things with AI and I have to like really look at it like, man, that looks so real, and I see they do a lot with Elvis, and some of the stuff looks so real.
I saw there's the one that they put him in Star Trek from the 60s.
Yeah.
I laughed my ass off. And then the latest one I saw, he was in King Kong, the movie.
I saw that one. That was pretty good.
And they made it an Elvis movie. Like there was a singing number. And so I always ask all my guests this because AI is in the forefront and you're in the music business. What are your thoughts on AI? Are you against it, or are you someone who's willing to work with it? Because I think the cat's out of the bag and I don't think we could put it back in at this point.
Well, I'm the type of person where it's like, I like to keep up with the change. You have to keep up with everything. If you just stay in one spot, you're going to fall behind, and with AI, I mean, of course, like everything, it's got its, issues, but I like AI. I mean, I've used AI for some graphics, flyers and posters and images. So when used correctly and for the right reason, it can be very beneficial. But then it scares me because it can be used for reasons not so good. So
well, that's with everything, right? I mean, a fork can be used for eating, and a fork can be used to stab somebody in the forehead. So,
right.
But I like the statement you made about change, though, because if you think back 10 years ago when Auto-Tune first came out,
right.
Everybody was losing their mind. Oh, it's changing their voice. But now every recording artist is using Auto-Tune.
Yeah.
So you either go with the flow, or if you fight against it, I just don't think it's going to work.
Well, absolutely. I mean, you have to keep up with the future. I mean, you got to stay on it. So
now the other question I had for you, why are you an Elvis fan? I know you grew up on it, I guess. Your parents exposed it to you, but now doing this for a living, what are the qualities that as a performer that Elvis had that you really appreciate and really gravitate to?
Well, the main thing to me was he was so good to his fans, and he really appreciated his fans. And when he would walk out on a stage, he could just stand there and do nothing, and he would be so charismatic.
Yes.
And I mean, he was the guy. I mean, I watch videos and he just stands there and they go crazy for him. I mean,
there'll never be another Elvis.
There'll never be another Elvis. And his voice, I mean, man, what a voice. I mean,
and that's the most amazing thing too. Even at the end, at his heaviest, at the last concert, and his voice. If you close your eyes, man, his voice was almost operatic at the end.
Absolutely. And you listen to some of those, last concerts, and he's hitting notes that he was never hitting before, and it blows me away, And of course, he was larger than life. The jumpsuits and the flash bulbs going off. I mean, how can you not be attracted to the man? You know what I mean? How can you not be
I'm with you
by him? I mean,
And
everybody's
I'm
been
gonna
influenced by Elvis. Even at Grayson, there's a whole exhibit of people who's been influenced by him. So, I mean, he was an icon.
Oh, without a doubt. And I'm gonna blow your mind. My first concert was Elvis, 1972 at Nassau Coliseum.
Wow, very cool.
My parents took us, and to this day, I mean, I was only 8, but to this day, that was the best concert I've ever been to.
Wow, I
It was
bet.
crazy. Now, I'm gonna bring up the other connection that we have. In doing my research for this interview, I came across a picture of you with Ace Frehley.
Ah, yeah,
Now, I am also a big Kiss fan.
me too.
Now, right. So, I mean, I think that's amazing that Elvis and Kiss, and we're so many years difference in age. But now, when did you get exposed to Kiss?
Well, when I was about 12 or 13 years old, I started expanding my, what's the word I'm looking for? My music that I was listening to, and I really got
Right.
into like hard rock and classic rock and stuff like that. Because I mean, some might disagree with me, but it's okay to listen to something else every once in a while. You know what I mean?
Of course. Yeah.
And and I really got into Kiss, and they really like broadened my spectrum of music. So, but I started going to like a lot of the Kiss concerts and conventions and stuff like that, and I've gotten to meet pretty much everybody from the band. And
Same here.
And it's been a pretty cool experience doing some of that stuff too. So.
Now, listen, Elvis fans are gonna don't write into the show. I'm gonna put Kiss and Elvis in the same category, only for this caveat that I don't think there'll ever be another band like Kiss. At the height in the late '70s, there was nobody bigger than them,
Right.
and it was almost the same hysteria and the same hype that Elvis had. I think they are somewhat contemporaries, and I know that sounds sacrilegious and everything, but you know what I'm trying to say.
Right. Well, to me, Elvis is in a class of his own.
Correct.
You know.
But I mean, merchandising and all that stuff. There's only like
absolutely.
Elvis, the Beatles, and Kiss are the only bands that I could think of.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah,
Did you get to see them on the End of the Road tour?
I did. I saw the End of the Road 8 times.
Oh, you did more than I did. Now, what were your thoughts now? Because those shows, Paul was using backing tracks for half. I mean, he was singing half, doing backing tracks half. Were you okay with that?
I don't know how I feel about that. I mean, you got to cut the man a little bit of slack. I mean, how old is Paul? What, 74? Something like that?
Yes. When the tour ended, he was 74. Right. And, his voice, he was balls to the wall during the 80s with those falsettos and everything. I cut him slack. I'm not trying to get you to say anything bad. I'm just saying some people were upset that those tracks are being used. That's all.
And I can see that. I mean, I would never go to a show and use tracks. I would never do that. I think that's kind of a cheating your fans out of something. It's rock and roll. It's supposed to be raw and the mistakes be there. And
I'm with you. You're young now, but you're younger than I am. Do you remember a tribute artist called Rick Saucedo?
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Now, he was on Broadway, if you recall.
Yep.
And he got nailed for lip syncing to Elvis tracks.
Really?
Yeah, he was the biggest impersonator tribute artist at that time.
Right.
And then he was exposed that he was actually lip syncing.
Wow, I never heard that.
Yeah. I mean, that's crazy. Who's your favorite tribute artist? You have to have one that you look to as the pinnacle.
To me, there's only one, and that's Elvis. I mean,
that's a good answer. You studied well, Logan.
Well, and not to come off the wrong way, but when you watch a copy of something, you kind of miss the point. You know what I mean?
Right.
But there's been quite a few mentors of mine, who's kind of, I have a question, I call them up, and they help me out. I mean, there was a guy named Gary Wesley, helped me out tremendously.
I know the name.
Yes, and Kurt Lechner, Travis Morris. There's been so many guys who's kind of took me under their wing. So I would probably say people like that.
In that community, I think that's great that they're willing to do that, right? I mean, because in a sense, you're all competing with each other, I guess, right? For stage time and for tickets. But for them to take the time and to give you, tutelage, I think that's very cool on their part.
Absolutely. And, when I was younger coming up in this business, and now that I'm a little older and I have I'm established myself a little bit, and doing shows and kind of branching off on my own, you remember the people who were good to you and remember the people who weren't so good to you, so
So how far across the country do you stay in the Midwest, or are you all over the place?
Mostly I stay in the Midwest. I stick to like Illinois, Wisconsin, Michigan. On a good year, I'm booked probably around 200 dates a year. And
In that area alone?
yeah.
Wow.
So, yeah.
You never thought of heading out to Vegas or,
I would like
AC or
to. Eventually, I'd like to get to the point where I have a touring production and playing theaters and stuff like that. Right now, I'm doing stuff like smaller theaters and moose lodges and VFWs, and what we do is we take the hall and make it into a dinner show, and we sell tickets. And
okay.
yeah, so and usually we do pretty well doing that. And yeah, I'm just working a lot, and I can't complain. So
Nobody listens when you complain anyway, Logan. So it's always good to have a positive attitude. What are your thoughts on the state of the music industry today? So, because you're in the music business and the tribute business, but how do you look at music today? Do you think it's on a downward spiral? Do you think it's a good creative spot for people today?
It's like a double-edged sword, because I feel like there are so many artists who are very like underrated, who don't get the recognition they deserve, and they're great. And especially when it comes to like touring and stuff like that, it's so hard to walk away with a little bit of money. When
Right.
you're funding, you got to rent a theater and pay the band and pay the food and travel expenses and flights. I mean, it's hard, but that's why, right now I like to just get my show bought out, have my show
Right.
bought. And that way I know what I'm walking away with, So, but yeah, it's a double-edged sword. And the music business is one of the hardest businesses there is. You have to be very thick-skinned, because you can't please everybody. Someone's
No,
always
you never will.
So
And streaming changed the game for everybody too, because back when Kiss signed, I'll use them as an example. Record companies threw money at them that doesn't happen now.
No, and that's the thing. Those bands back then, they'd get development deals. You'd
Right.
sign up for 3 or 4 albums. Nowadays, that's unheard of.
Have you ever put out? That's a good segue. Have you ever put out anything for purchase, like a recording of a show or?
Yeah, I have CDs that I record and I sell them at my shows, and I have T-shirts and stuff like that. So I have about 3 or 4 CDs I've made. So
Are you ever surprised? Because I don't, and again, I don't know if this happens at your shows, but I'll watch clips, and I've been to several. I think I saw Bill Cherry at a casino, and Sean Clush I've seen live. Are you ever surprised at the women who absolutely lose their mind? And if you're just looking at them at face value, it almost seems like they actually think they're in front of Elvis, like trying to kiss.
I think a lot of it is, it's all fun, and they're just, kind of playing into it. And, sometimes you watch a tribute artist and just for a split second, they look a certain way or they do something. And it really is close to Elvis. And it's just like, whoa, and sometimes, those people live those, especially some of the women, they relive those memories. And
that's a valid point. And I got to give you credit too, because what you just described in watching your video clips, there are times the right angle, the right move, and it's the moves that really do it for me. Because if you don't move like Elvis, the whole thing is off for me.
Sure.
Like when I watch a tribute artist who's doing a move that Elvis never did, it makes no sense to me. At least I think. I mean, you have it down, and there's a couple other Bill Cherry from a certain angle. I mean, you would swear it was Elvis.
Right. Yeah.
How often do you practice the moves? That's another good question.
I don't really practice, but what I do quite often is I'll watch Elvis videos and 8mm footage, and I'll take what I've learned from that video and say I have a show that weekend. I'll try that move, and if it worked, I'll try to polish it, and if it doesn't work, I'll throw it to the wayside. You know what I mean? So my biggest form of practice is just watching Elvis. That's all I do is Elvis, watch Elvis. So.
That's a good thing to do, though, man. Are you psyched for the Baz Luhrmann stuff that he found? All those.
Oh yeah, I can't wait to see that movie. Especially, that's the way it is. We've seen a lot of that stuff, but what I'm really excited about is the Elvis on tour footage. That's what really is getting me going. So.
Yeah, I think that's going to be cool. I mean, it's amazing. Priscilla gave it to him, right? I mean, he didn't find it. They found it and gave it to him. No.
I'm not sure. Because I think
read that.
Warner Brothers owned a lot of that footage, and they went into the archives.
Right. I forget. I have to look back. I have to redo that story because I forget who found it. But I'm glad Baz Luhrmann found it because did you like that movie, by the way?
I there were things I liked, and there were things I didn't like so much. I mean, some of the storyline was a little off, but I mean, you're cramming 20 something years into a 2-hour movie. But
Right, and they did change some stuff. I mean, just to make it cinematically exciting, I guess they had like Elvis didn't write "If I Can Dream." I mean,
right.
but it made for a better story and a better climax at the end of that movie.
Absolutely. And the thing that was really important about it is that it attracted a younger crowd to Elvis.
Yes. What were your thoughts on Austin Butler's performance?
I think Austin Butler did tremendous. Well, they could have picked me,
Well, that's true.
Well,
That's true. Did you audition?
No, but no, I think Austin Butler did a great job, and he.
Austin Butler fell victim to that thing. It took him 2 years to get the Elvis thing down, and then after the movie was made and when he was doing the press tour, he was still talking like Elvis.
Oh, I know. I mean, it's one of those things. Some people sometimes, I've noticed some artists, they get into the character, and I guess it goes for every sort of a role you play. They get into a character, and sometimes it's hard to get out of the character. So.
And honestly, why would you want to get out of the role of Elvis? If you nailed Elvis, and if I could be Elvis, I wouldn't come out of it.
Well, yeah. I mean, he did such a great job in that movie, I think. And, a lot of the 50s stuff was his own vocals.
Yeah.
So I think
I thought that was amazing, too. All right, so I'm going to put you some rapid-fire stuff about Elvis. Favorite Elvis song?
Oh, that's the tough one. I always go with I Just Can't Help Believin'. That's my favorite Elvis song. Good song.
Yes. Favorite Elvis movie?
Jailhouse Rock.
Classic. Yeah, those later ones where he, when Colonel Tom Parker had him doing all the stupid shit, were not that good. But Jailhouse Rock's my favorite movie as well. A close second would be King Creole for me.
King Creole is one of my favorites too.
I mean, he could have been. I mean, listen, we all know he could have been a tremendous actor.
Yeah, absolutely.
If given the opportunity, but he was not.
Yeah.
Oh, that's one of the other Sora videos I saw where he was accepting the Academy Award for A Star Is Born.
Yeah.
And thanking Barbra Streisand on the stage. I thought that was pretty cool.
Yeah.
Favorite Elvis TV appearance?
Probably the Aloha from Hawaii.
Good. Wow, you have all the same answers. Favorite Kiss song? I'm switching.
Deuce.
Old school. Logan,
Yeah,
I like it. I like it. It's really, listen, it's odd for, and I'm not going to, well, I guess I could say kid. You could be my son age-wise, but I'm just saying from a person your age to be into so many things that are old school, I think that is awesome.
Oh, thank you.
I mean, so many people your age just shut themselves off from the past, and maybe it's because you do what you do, and what your parents exposed you to is why you do that. But I think it's commendable.
I appreciate that. That's very nice of you.
Where do you see yourself in 5 years?
I hope to see myself in 5 years with a touring show and have a full-time band with me. Occasionally I'll play with a band, but mostly it's a solo show. So my goal is to have a touring production with a band. So,
I mean, I think that'd be awesome. Oh, so you don't have a band every time. So okay. Yes. How difficult is that? Is it easier to play with a band, or is it easier just to have the backing tracks with you?
Well, I prefer with a band because you turn around and you have that energy behind you.
Right.
You joke around with them, and I personally think it makes the show look better. Because
you have your Sweet Inspirations, you have your J.D. Sumner, you have your,
right. But then sometimes it's nice to go do a track show. It's more intimate, and some bands you work with, you don't get a chance to rehearse with, so you don't know how it's going to go. At least with a track, you know what your track is.
Right. That's gotta be hard. If the band shows up and that's the first time you've ever played together.
Oh yeah. Sometimes
that
it
has
goes
to be a nightmare.
Yeah. So, but luckily, most of the bands have very talented people in them, and you're pretty much good. So,
wow. How many jumpsuits do you have?
Right now, I have 11 jumpsuits right now.
Damn.
At one point, I had over 20.
What happened to the others?
I sell them and I trade them, and
Oh, okay. Okay.
yeah.
Now, which ones do you have? Can you just list off I'm sure you have the Aloha from Hawaii.
As a matter of fact, I just got that 2 days ago. I got a brand new Aloha a couple days ago.
Nice.
And I wore it in the contest last weekend. But I have the Aloha, King of Spades, Powder Blue, Concho, Chain, Fringe. I've got the Blue Rainbow in order.
Ooh.
I'm trying to think. I always miss a couple.
Peacock?
I used to have the Peacock. I've got the embroidered American Eagle from '74.
Okay.
That's all I can think of right now.
What is the biggest thing you enjoy about doing what you do, being the tribute artist?
I like talking to the people and seeing the smiles on their faces and bring back those memories. You hear stories, and how much you realize how much Elvis means to people. And if you can just bring back some sort of memory, my day is made. So that's probably my favorite part.
God, Logan, you're giving such good answers, man. We need to get your videos out there and more people to see you. I mean, you have quite a following anyway, but I mean, I want to see you get that touring company. I want to see you out there in Vegas. I want to see you on in AC. I think that the world deserves to see what you have to offer out there.
Thank you. That's very nice of you.
Do you write your own music, or you're not musically inclined that way?
I've dabbled with that. I mean, I've written about 6 songs or so, but I've never done anything with it. I mean, I play the drums. I don't play guitar or piano or anything like that. So basically, I'll collaborate with someone else, for the music part of it. So basically,
Right.
I guess I'm just a poet at this point. But maybe someday down the road, I'll dive more into that.
No down the road. So no aspirations at this point to do that.
No, not right now. I mean, my whole goal with my tribute to Elvis is I want the people to come for Elvis, but leave also with a piece of me.
What do you got going on? This is probably not going to air till the first week of November. But what do you got going on? Tell the people.
Well, I have a couple things coming up. In a couple weeks, I'll be going down to Mishawaka, Indiana. I'm doing a show with Herb Cass. He's doing Tom Jones. I'm doing Elvis, and we have a Marilyn Monroe coming in. So I'm excited to do that. It's going to be a big show in a big convention center. I got a lot of Christmas stuff coming up. My December, I think I'm booked for over 20 shows just in the month of December.
Wow.
So
Now, do you do a lot of the Christmas album stuff, or?
Oh yeah, especially in December, we do a lot of the Christmas stuff. So just a lot of shows coming up, and working on 2026. And just pushing it as far as I can. So,
Well, let's hope 2026 is the year of Logan Ramey, man. I'm pulling for you. Again, I'm a big fan. Even though I just started looking at your stuff, I always, when I look at Elvis tribute artists, I have a very critical eye, and I could, like I said, I could tell the ones that are phoning it in, and you're not phoning it in. And
thank you. And
that
I'm
is
going to start working
appreciated.
on 2026 because I'm going to the Ultimate this year, and I'm very gracious to be in the Ultimate this year. So I'm going to do the best I can there, and hopefully it goes well for me. So.
Oh, how nerve-wracking is that? Because I watch that. I watch when it gets down to the semifinals. I watch that on YouTube. How nerve-wracking is that?
Well, I've done prelims. I've never won a prelim, and I just won my first prelim like 2 days ago.
Okay.
So I'm stoked. So I'm it's my first time in the championship Ultimate. So I'm just gonna go in there and go for the ride, enjoy the ride.
And how many tribute artists are in the?
I believe there's around 20 every year, something like that.
Okay. Now, are the Bill Cherries and the Clushes of the world in this, or no?
Well, Cherry and Clush have already won, so they're
Right. So they can't do it again.
Right.
Okay.
So
Okay.
that's the best of the best in that contest. So
I'm looking. When is that? I want to make sure I keep an eye out for you then.
August, Elvis week
In August. Okay.
Yes.
And where are they holding that? Is that going to be
At Graceland.
at Graceland? Oh man, maybe I make a trip out there, man.
I'd love to meet you in person.
I'll have my Logan T-shirt on, man.
Yeah.
Hey, listen, I appreciate you taking the time. I know everybody's busy. And again, I'm going to keep an eye out for you. And I'm going to tell all my Elvis fans to check you out because I was impressed and I'm sure they're going to be impressed as well. But again, thank you for spending the time with me.
Thank you, Dick. It was my pleasure to appear on your show.
All right. Over and out.
The questions strike, the thunder sounds. It's time for Dick's Listen to Lightning Round. No softballs here, just truth and bound. Hold on tight, it's the Lightning Round.
All right, folks, you know what time it is. It's time for Dick's Listener Lightning Round. That's right, the part of the show where you send in your burning questions and I answer them with all the honesty, wit, and venom you've come to expect from me. Let's dive in, and remember, no question is too dumb, but oh, they come close. Question 1 comes from Mario from Jamaica.
Well, Dick, can you give me your recipe for sauce?
Ah, the age-old question. Everybody wants to know my secret sauce recipe. Well, here it is. Listen carefully. Step 1, garlic. Step 2, more garlic. Step 3, if you even think about using jarred sauce, we can't be friends. You saute the garlic and onion and your crushed tomatoes, toss in some basil, oregano, and a splash of red wine if you're feeling fancy. And most importantly, you let it simmer until your neighbors come knocking because it smells that damn good. That's how you make sauce. The right way, not with something that says ragu on the label. You want my recipe? There. Now go forth and cook like an adult. Question 2 is from Jim from Georgia.
Hey, Dick, please tell me how to change the spark plugs on my Toyota 4Runner.
What? Buddy, you've come to the wrong guy. I don't know how to change a spark plug. I barely know where the spark plug is. You're talking to a guy whose idea of fixing a car is turning up the radio so I can't hear the noise anymore. You want a tutorial? Go to YouTube. Call your Uncle Vinny, because if you hand me a wrench, somebody's walking away injured. Probably me. I rant, I podcast, I create chaos. I don't mechanic. Question 3 is from Phil from Arkansas.
Hey Dick, who is your all-time favorite comedian?
Now this is a question I can get behind. Easy answer, George freaking Carlin. The man was a prophet with a punchline. He didn't tell jokes, he dropped truth bombs wrapped in profanity. Carlin didn't just make you laugh, he made you think. And then he made you uncomfortable for agreeing with him. He was raw, fearless, brilliant, and decades later, still right about everything. That's the bar, people. George Carlin, the Mount Rushmore of comedy. Except he probably rant about how stupid Mount Rushmore is while standing in front of it. Question 4 is from Kenneth from Idaho.
Hey, Dickie, what's your secret to a successful podcast?
My secret? Oh, I don't know. If I figure it out, I'll let you know. I yell into a microphone about whatever pisses me off that week, slap a theme song on it, and somehow people keep listening. You want a formula? There isn't one. It's part insanity, part caffeine, part luck, and a sprinkle of can't believe people like this shit. So if you're looking for the magic answer, sorry, pal, I'm just as confused as you are. And question 5 comes from Larry from Tennessee.
Hey there, Mr. Buttons. Can you tell me where I can find a decent slice of pizza in Tennessee?
Oh, that's adorable. That's like asking me where you can get fresh seafood in Nebraska. Listen, I've traveled, I've eaten, and I can say this with full confidence. There is no such thing as decent pizza outside of New York, New Jersey, or Connecticut. Period. End of story. I don't care what hipster brick oven place you found in Nashville. It's garbage compared to the corner slice from Brooklyn. You want real pizza? Get on a plane, come east, and then we'll talk. Until then, you're just eating flatbread with regrets. And there you have it, folks. Another listener lightning round in the books. Keep those questions coming. The dumber they are, the more fun I have. Now, if you excuse me, I've got some sauce simmering and a car that's making a weird noise and a pizza slice calling my name.
Down the rabbit hole we go! Oh no! Crack the code, let the truth show! Tinfoil hat, toss it away! Dick Buttons is here to save the day! Deep dives, no lies, busting myths left and right! Conspiracies crumble under his spotlight! Down the rabbit hole! Dick Buttons sends it straight tonight!
All right, folks, buckle in. It's time for another episode of Down the Rabbit Hole. So tray tables up, seat backs forward, because this week we're taking a deep dive into one of the most unsettling modern mysteries of our time. The disappearance of Malaysia Airlines flight MH370. This one isn't just a mystery, it's a void. A plane with 239 people on board, gone, vanished, poof, no wreckage, no black box, no solid answers. And that's exactly how conspiracy theories are born. When there's a vacuum of truth, the internet fills it with imagination, suspension, and a healthy dose of paranoia. March 8, 2014, flight MH370, a Boeing 777, takes off from Kuala Lumpur, Malaysia, headed for Beijing. Everything's normal for the first 40 minutes. Then, somewhere over the South China Sea, radio silence. The transponder goes dark. The plane drops off a radar. No distress signal, no communication, just gone. Military radar later picks up what might be MH370 turning way off course, heading west, back across Malaysia, and then out over the vast Indian Ocean. Days turn into weeks, weeks into months, and eventually the official search becomes one of the largest and most expensive in aviation history, covering more than 120,000 square kilometers of ocean. And still, the plane itself was never found. Just a few bits of debris, a wing flapper on here, a panel there, washing up on distant beaches years later. So the theories. Let's enter the conspiracy machine. Now this is where things start to spiral, because when reality runs out of explanations, the internet steps in. The pilot suicide theory. Some claim Captain Zahir Ahmad deliberately took the plane down, based on simulator data that had mirrored the final flight path. The idea? A planned act. Quiet, calculated, and final. The hijacking theory. Maybe terrorists took control, but no group ever claimed responsibility, which is weird because terrorists usually love the spotlight. The cargo conspiracy. Others said that the plane was carrying suspicious or classified cargo, something so secret it had to be made to disappear. The U.S. military cover-up theory. One of the juicier ones is that MH370 was mistaken for a hostile aircraft and accidentally shot down near Diego Garcia, a U.S. base in the Indian Ocean, and then covered up. And, of course, the alien abduction theory. Because of course someone had to go there. I'm serious. According to this one, the plane didn't crash, it was taken. By who? Why? Because. Spaceman. If it sounds insane, that's because it is. But it's also what happens when people are desperate for any explanation that feels less terrifying than we have no clue. The facts versus the myths. Let's clear a few things up. The black box was never recovered. That's the biggest reason the conspiracy wildfire keeps burning. The debris that was found does match MH370, and experts believe the plane likely ran out of fuel and crashed into the Indian Ocean, far off course. Satellite data from Inmarsat, yep, satellites tracked handshakes from the aircraft systems suggesting it flew for hours after contact was lost. That's not alien tech, that's math. So yeah, there's mystery, but there's also real science that strongly points toward an unplanned ocean crash, not some shadowy government cloak and dagger. So who started these conspiracies? The truth is, everyone. From online aviation forums to Reddit to YouTube truthers, MH370 became a digital ghost story. It wasn't one person, it was millions of us. The internet generation unable to comprehend that something this massive could vanish without explanation. In the old days, a tragedy like this would have ended with a somber press conference and a memorial. But today, it ends with hashtags, documentaries, and 10,000 self-appointed investigators shouting, "I know what really happened." So where are we now? Well, still nowhere really. The official search was called off in 2018. A private company, Ocean Infinity, did a follow-up search with advanced underwater drones but came up empty-handed again. So what we have left is fragments, literal and metaphorical. A handful of parts from a plane, a mountain of speculation, and 239 souls who never made it home. So, is there truth to any of the conspiracies? Not really. There's data, there's debris, there's tragedy, and then there's everything else. But that everything else is what keeps people talking. Because the disappearance of MH370 isn't just about a plane, it's about our fear of the unknown. The idea that even with all of our satellites, all of our radar, all of our so-called advanced technology, something or someone can still just vanish. And that's why this one endures. It's not just conspiracy, it's a modern ghost story. So that's this week's Down the Rabbit Hole, kids. Next time, maybe we'll find something that doesn't keep you up at night wondering how safe the skies really are. Until then, keep your seatbelt fastened. The truth, as always, might not be in plain sight.
Spin that wheel, no one's spared. Dicks like this, so be prepared. It might be wild, it might upset. You never know with Red Roulette.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, it's that magical time again. It's time for Rant Roulette, the wheel of listener-submitted fury where you throw me the topic and I unleash my inner chaos demon. Let's spin this baby and see whose topic gets scorched today. Oh, I love this part. This is my favorite thing. And it lands on Tony from California. And Tony wants me to rant about people who never seem to care about anything. Oh my God, Tony, you hit the jackpot, my friend, because these people, these I don't care zombies, they make my blood pressure hit NASA levels. We all know them. You ask, hey, how's work going? And they shrug, whatever. Did you hear about the huge thing happening? Yeah, I guess. There could be a meteor heading straight for Earth and they'd go, meh, it is what it is. No, it's not what it is. It's a planet-killing fireball. Maybe wake up and give a damn. These people go through life like they're buffering. No opinions, no energy, no emotion, just blank stares and half-hearted grunts. Meanwhile, the rest of us are out here feeling everything. Stressed, hopeful, angry, passionate, like actual human beings. You try to have a conversation, it's like talking to a bag of wet socks. Hey, what do you think about that movie? It was fine. Fine? You just watched a cinematic masterpiece and the best thing you could muster is fine? You're not zen. You're not above it all. You're lazy. You've given up on caring about anything because that would require effort, emotion, or God forbid, thought. Oh, and I don't let things bother me. No, you don't let anything reach you because you've numbed yourself into oblivion. You're not chill. You're comatose. And as always, here are the Dick Buttons punishments for these soul suckers. The empathy boot camp. You spend 48 hours locked in a room watching documentaries about real people's struggles until you feel something. Cry, yell, care, anything. The heartbeat test. We hook you up to a monitor during a heated debate. If your pulse doesn't rise at least once, you officially get reclassified as furniture. The passion shock therapy. Every time you say I don't care, you get zapped until you do. Oh, I don't care about politics. No, I don't care who wins. Guess what? Now you care. The public wake-up call. You're required to stand in a busy intersection with a sign that says, I finally give a damn. Bonus points if you actually start to mean it. So to all the I don't care crowd out there, congratulations. You're officially mastered the art of mediocrity. You think you look calm and collected, but to the rest of us, you look like an unplugged toaster. Care about something. Anything. A hobby, a cause, a TV show, your pet rock, just something. Because if you don't give a damn about the world around you, the world's going to stop giving a damn about you.
You thought he was finished, but he's back with a slam. It's a Dick Buttons bonus rant. Oh, damn.
All right, buckle up because I got a question for every gas station attendant on the planet, and I need an answer. Why, in the name of unleaded sanity, can't you put the exact amount of gas I ask for? And before the rest of you tune out, yeah, I live in New Jersey and we're the only fucking state where we can't pump our own gas. Someone has to pump it for us. And I'm not asking for the meaning of life. I'm not asking you to split the atom or solve quantum physics. I'm saying $30. 3000. That's it. Not 31. Not 31.50, not 29.72. 30. You have one job. Pump the gas and stop when it hits the number I gave you. Yet somehow, it's always over by 20 cents, 40 cents, sometimes even $1.50, like you're playing goddamn The Price is Right with my wallet. Oh, I'm sorry, it went over. Yeah, you know what else went over? My patience. You think I wanted to break a 5 for your lack of coordination? I asked for $30, not a guessing game. And don't you love how they always try to make it sound noble? Oh, I wanted to make sure you got a full tank. Buddy, this isn't charity. I didn't ask for bonus gas. I asked for precision. If you can't stop a pump on time, maybe you shouldn't be operating heavy machinery with flammable liquid. It's like watching someone play whack-a-mole with fuel. Click, click, click. Oops, too much. Oh well. No, not oh well. You've just wrecked my cash-only plan like a maniac with a math allergy. And as always, here are some Dick Buttons punishments. The pump-off challenge. Man, that didn't sound right. You get one practice round at $30. Miss the mark, you're stuck filling tanks for free until you learn basic arithmetic. The every penny counts retraining. Every time you go over, you owe me the change. That's right. Cough up that extra 42 cents, Picasso of petroleum. The slow motion pump. You're only allowed to pump at turtle speed until you can prove you can stop on time. I want precision, not performance art. And the one job Olympics. Let's put these attendants in a competition. Whoever can stop at the exact amount wins the medal. The rest, exiled to the windshield squeegee station. Permanently. So yeah, to all you overzealous gas pump Picasso wannabes, let's try something radical. Listen to the number I said. Not more, not less. When I say $30, I don't mean 30-ish. I don't mean 30 if you blink late. I mean 30 fucking dollars exactly. Because I swear, if one more attendant tells me, sorry I went over a bit, I'm going to grab that nozzle myself and show you how counting works.
He's bold, he's sharp, and he's in the know. Season 4's here, and it's time to go. Buckle up, kids, the ride's full blown. You're stepping inside the Vinci Zone.
All right, boys and girls, my fellow maniacs in tow. You know what that theme music says. It's time for the Vincenzo, and that can only mean one thing: sitting to my right.
As always, honored and humbled.
Welcome, sir. We will be drinking. What do we have today? We have H3, which is the Horse Heaven. Well, I never read that part. Horse Heaven Hills. Is this made with horse?
That's the H to the third power.
Oh, okay, I get it. But why horse heaven? That sounds like
If I wasn't a mathematical engineer, we had to be kind of good.
no horses were harmed in the making of this wine. It is a red blend. While I'm opening this, I had a very cool experience at ShopRite this week. No. This is not a rant. This is a very really cool.
Okay.
They have those new carts,
Yes, they
the
do.
caper carts. Holy shit!
Now, the guy was out there trying to hawk them about a week ago. It's like, do you want to try it? One thing I want it for prescription.
It doesn't. Oh,
And a box of Twinkies. I don't think that's going to come in handy.
were you really buying a box of Twinkies?
Yeah, it's a box of Twinkies. But of course, when you go in, you say, I'm only getting my prescription, the and send the Twinkies for my sugar being low, and then maybe 5 other things. So I probably could have used the pipe. It's so
So the fucking coolest thing about it, technology is awesome, man.
I love it.
So you hit start, right?
Mhm.
There's only one thing that
It's a keypad.
No,
Stop and cover.
well, these are like an iPad,
Okay.
and there's one thing I would improve on. Well, first, let's
That would be good feedback.
well, yeah, and there's like what is it? It's like 10 of them too. Let's see. I think I figured out why the sound. Oh, here, wait. Let's do this. Ready? See this button, denoise?
Yeah.
Oh no. All right, now it's off. So now I think it's going to get this now.
I hear it every time. Though.
Yeah, we hear it.
The rest of the world can enjoy it.
Right, but I'm going to hit that button after we pour because see, now you hear other shit in the back. Oh, I missed my jeans.
Oh, thank goodness.
See, don't you hear a hum also?
Yeah.
Yeah, so watch. And there's a scanner to the right of the handle.
Okay.
If it's a regular item, you scan it
But right into the cart.
right into the cart. This is where the fucking shit's cool.
All right.
I was getting an onion,
Oh,
which is by weight.
correct.
You hit search item, type in onion. You see a picture of what kind of onion it is. You click it, put it in the cart. There's a fucking scale in the cart.
That's so good.
And it weighs it right then and there.
So where's is the scale in the
The
front?
the
Where
bottom,
what's-
no, the bottom of the cart.
But don't you already have something sitting in there?
It's weighing the difference of
Oh,
what.
okay. It's kind of like what I do when I travel. And my son laughed at me last time and he said, "You have to make sure your carry-on is, or no, your regular case is 50 pounds
Right.
for travel."
Mm-hmm.
He says, "Well, how will I know it's 50 pounds? Because we'll pack it." Then I took it. I got on the scale, weighed
Right.
luggage on myself. It was
Yeah.
a digital scale that must have 40 years. I'm afraid to change the battery. And then I, put myself on it and I subtracted the difference every single time to the half pound exact.
Right. So so that's the technology it uses. And then it would be cool if you could check out on the cart.
Oh, how do you check out?
You have to go to a dedicated, and that's the other thing. And there's
one.
only one.
Yeah.
Register 73. Now, there wasn't a lot of people with the carts.
And it's a pilot program.
So you wheel up, they scan the iPad on your cart,
Right.
transfers it to the thing, and you pay on the thing. Now, it would be cool if you could just pay on that iPad thing and then walk out the store. Because you walk out the store anyway with the cart full of the shit, and then you have the card. Then you got to bag it. And then you got to bag it either when you get to your car or because I don't think you can bag it as you go.
Oh, that's because maybe it's a weight issue. Yeah, but still.
I had the bags there. I didn't try it because I was just so fucking enamored with.
I think they gotta figure out that part first, and maybe they add to it as they go. See if it works.
And I guess it's going to depend on how many people use it, right?
Yeah.
If they're going to keep the I don't know.
You know how to sort it out? Put the topic on Reddit.
Yeah, the regular Reddit will figure out everything except my fucking Facebook account. Nobody can figure that shit out, and it's not just mine. Yes, here's the weekly update. It is now. We're recording this. It is November 4th.
Close.
Is it 4th?
It's election day. Yes.
Uh-huh.
It is November 4th.
I'm so happy it's fucking election day today.
Yeah, shit, done with. I'm so turn on the TV, try to watch something. 12 commercials.
You know what I'm sick of though, and I'm not getting political because both sides do this. It's just that Mikey Sherrill commercial where they ask her, "What's the one thing you would do first in office?" And that clip that they clearly
By the way, I saw that clip.
But they cherry picked it from something. She didn't sit there and mumble for 10 minutes.
Actually, she did. It felt like forever when she first, but it was early on in the very beginning. So let's put it this way. She's not a quote unquote politician. So
Right.
she's not going to grease it and oil it. She was sitting there thinking, all right, wait, if I was going to pick a favorite, and it's kind of like me sitting there going, so what's your favorite superhero? And then you're rationalizing it in your head, or a politician would just throw out stuff whether it was right or wrong.
Not to mention any names, but you are correct. We see that all the time.
Right.
If I were a politician, I would want to think about that answer that someone just threw. I wouldn't want to just blurt out the first thing that came to.
But the other side of the coin on that is that was a very basic question. If you could change something,
No.
I are
But-
be throwing shit out the TV because between the taxes.
But that wasn't
and
the question. What would you change? It was what piece of legislation would you pass first?
It could still have done with energy tax.
I
watch our energy go through the roof in summer. I think she could have been a little quicker on it, but I think she was trying to find the best thing.
I agree.
And she did take that long, but
I
that was in
I-
the beginning. That was in the very beginning.
I
of her
also
campaign,
think that
and to her defense, I watched her on, I believe it was the last debate, and she had fucking nailed it.
well, I'm sure her people, yes. Yes.
But some people get up there like Kamala and never got it straight. She got up there and she went and she looked at the camera and she worked it. I went, oh, I feel bad for the other guy.
I still say that clip was a tiny bit massaged.
Yeah.
Okay.
I saw it in real time and it was.
All right. I stand corrected.
I sat there and, well, it's the beginning.
And one last piece of, and we don't live in New York, but if any New Yorkers actually believe, by the way, this wine is good.
It's very good.
Yeah. So, and this was
On the
only
side of the tongue, that
this was only 14, I think 13 something dollars.
it should go past 15.
I don't. Also, back to if there are any New Yorkers who actually believe that this guy Zohan or Zoltar, whatever the fuck his name is,
No, I can't take you seriously no matter what you say afterwards.
can actually come through with free buses and free Wi-Fi.
Correct.
Fuck, the New York are a bunch of fucking idiots because even the mayor has no control over what the bus companies, unless the city's going to pay the bus company. And where's that money coming from?
Grocery stores aren't even making money to begin with. So, and the state-run grocery stores in Kansas are crazy disastrous. I think it's just him throwing out something new, because once I get in, maybe I can do something new. I don't know.
Yeah, but that's deceiving. And so SNL finally redeemed itself last weekend because their opening debate, they had Miles Teller playing Cuomo, who did a fucking amazing job. He goes, I was governor, COVID happened, yada, yada, yada. I grabbed the bitch, and here we are.
Very well done.
It was pretty good. He did a good impression. Not Nate Bargatze. Who's the other? Shane Gillis played Curtis Lewa. Had the beret on, and you know how Curtis Lee was always telling a story how he was abducted or beat up, and so every time he was asked a question, he goes, much like when my penis was cut off by the Akuza. It was so good, and the guy playing Zohan just smiled. He goes, I'm just gonna smile.
Oh my God, well, tear to my eye. That's so funny.
Oh, you saw the bit then? Oh, wasn't it good?
Yes, and it was so well, and they nailed every single character, because the first thing you think of when you watch 5 commercials of Zohan is, oh my God, he's smiling constantly. You look at Cuomo, he's never smiling.
What's he?
And then you look at Slee and he goes, he doesn't know if he should smile. So they kind of broke it. They did it right.
Yeah. And the other bits were funny too. I thought I think they're finally finding their groove with the new people. The game show. Did you watch the whole thing or did you just see that clip? They did a game show. What did I do? Do you remember what you did last night? It was 3 drunk people on Halloween. There was a vampire, a girl dressed as a cat, and a guy in a corn outfit. But it was just funny.
That's great.
So it was good. Oh, back to the update on the weekly update on my Facebook account. So we are November 4th. If nothing is resolved by November 18th, everything goes away forever. Now, like I said, blah, blah, blah. I know people are fucking bored about this, but I'm not. I've recreated the accounts. I'm starting to build followers again, but it's arduous. And to the credit of some people, how do I know it's you? Because I'm messaging these people saying, hey,
and they think it may be a scam. Sure, I get those things all the time. It's like, hey,
yeah,
I've seen your thing on Facebook. You look like wow.
So one of the guys, his screen name is Choo Choo Henderson, and that's because he is a model train guy.
Oh.
And last year he made that Wildwood sign for me for the city.
Yeah.
So that was his. He goes, listen, security question, dude. He goes, what did I make for you last year?
Oh, good.
Yeah. And I told him. He goes, all right, good. He goes, I'm glad everything's. I said, no, everything's not good. It's not. I'm back, but everything's not good.
Correct.
So Zuckerberg, if you're watching, did you see that reel?
I saw you bang a giant gong. Let her act.
Yeah, and I broke glass too. And Dick Button said I give him his account back.
Right.
You know what? Friday night, if we do go to dinner, if the boss says okay, your boss, it is the 5th Fresh Friday Fest on the AI Music Society. You should come and watch it, and so you'll know what you'll be getting into. Because I think the video is going to be ready for next week. So
can't wait.
Now the only thing is, I think it starts at 6. I think so. We have to eat early then, and we have to watch it on the laptop too because there's comments. Like you saw on the phone.
Right.
When we went to fucking Chili's, and I'm not going to give the name of the organization that we tried to get into on Friday night, but it was closed, which I got an explanation for, which I'm not going to say. But one of the rants I'm doing next week was the fucking. You remember when we had the chips and the 3 dips?
Yes.
And she came over and said, "Do you want more chips?" And I go, "Well, no, we got enough chips. How about some more of the cheese?" And she looked at me like I asked for her left breast. Oh, we don't do that. Now,
It's
not to give away my rant for next week, but the chip to dip ratio is way out of whack.
so many chips.
Right, and not enough. So, and how much could a fucking little bowl of cheese or salsa cost?
And listen, you want to keep them at the bar, keep them drinking.
So, just fuck Chili's. All right, so Facebook's it looks like it's not going to happen. And did you ever send like a blast out to your?
I did, and I've been sharing every single thing you give to me. So
Oh,
I've been sharing
all right.
crazy. Anything and everything, by the way.
Did we talk about No. Did we talk about the World Series? No, we did not.
Well, we were watching it, a little bit of it, when we were in air quotes Chili's, and I told you.
Oh, that's right.
They were going to do.
But then that wasn't the last game,
No,
was it?
I told you they're going to have to even it up to.
Which they did.
Yeah.
Which they did. And it was, listen, I was rooting for the Blue Jays because I hate the fucking Dodgers.
I didn't see the Dodgers losing. I saw
But
the Blue Jays just kind of beating them up a little bit at the beginning to give you a false sense of security.
I was happy the Blue Jays lost because they beat the Yankees when it's all said and done. But
the enemy of my enemy.
I was not happy that the Dodgers now have a repeat.
Well, they're trying to build a dynasty.
Well, the last repeat we had was the Yankees.
So
Which
and the Dodgers are a name brand.
And they are. Which, by the way, I have to say I'm pretty happy that I got to witness that stretch the Yankees had from 96 to 2000, because I don't think that'll ever. I mean, for that to happen again, they had a 4-peat, right?
Listen, I watched the Giants beat the Patriots twice, so there's that.
In the Super Bowl?
In the Super Bowl.
Wait, Giants back to back?
Not back to back, but the fact that they beat
the
Patriots twice in the Super Bowls. One of them actually landed on my birthday. And it was that my team beat another team in the Super Bowl on my birthday. That was a big trifecta.
Speaking of football, did you see the injury to that Redskins elbow?
I watched it in real time. But bet like Gumby.
Now,
bet like Gumby.
And then they go, we're not sure how long he's going to be out. Not how long? Isn't it the fucking rest of the season?
Scatterboo on the Giants. It's his ankle.
I saw it
to the side. Another Gumby move.
Yeah, but he's out for the year. How could this Redskin guy not be out for the year?
Indefinite.
Was it?
He's not.
It wasn't his throwing arm. Was he a quarterback? Oh, and it was his throwing arm. Oh, he's fucking done. And Scatterboom, whatever the fuck his name is.
Scatterboom.
Stupid name.
Great name.
No. His whole career could change.
Oh, anytime we get an injury like that, sure.
And it's not about the speed; it's about pivoting on that ankle, and
it's just, and then hurting it again.
Right, like
that would be terrible. He's probably got bolts.
Last year, Oswaldo Cabrera for the Yankees on a freak play coming into home, he slid, he missed the plate, and then tried to pivot on the ankle to go back, and the ankle just like Scatterboom or whatever.
Yes.
And he's a third baseman. I'm sorry. I don't think his career will, and he's young. He was an up and coming rookie. I think his career has kind of changed the trajectory now.
Can you move positions?
Well, that's the problem. They have a second baseman, Jazz Chisholm. But at any infield position, you got to move on a pivot. You got to move quickly. You can't.
Yeah, that's true. No,
So, he was there in the dugout the rest of the season. I just feel bad for him because he was a good kid, a good player.
We'll move like that.
Yeah. Well, that's why I don't play sports.
Huh?
You don't get hurt drinking wine unless you finish like 2 bottles and then
you fall down.
Steps. Yeah.
Speaking of drinking,
I
think we can replace drinking with getting high and trying to watch the most ludicrous show that we've known sober and trying. Remember, we had this conversation at the steakhouse?
Okay.
You and me dressed as Cheech and Chong. We get costumes. And then getting high, we don't get high. But we do drink and have a couple bottles of wine.
And watch one.
Now, you had the greatest suggestion. I said, and then you pick a show.
Oh, yeah, I forgot what I said.
That would be something you never understood.
What did I say? I forgot.
You said number one pet, Land of the Lost.
Oh, that's correct. Land of the Lost.
Imagine drinking a couple bottles, like splitting 2 bottles of wine, and then turning to Land of the Lost and watching Chaka do his thing.
Holly, was it John and Holly? No, what's the fucking words?
You're to get familiar with. I don't know. I turned it on. I'm like, I don't know what this is.
Yeah, that was a bad. Well, no, it wasn't a bad. Listen, as a kid, we watched it. I thought it was good.
I thought it was like one of those Russian plant shows. You know, the Russians slip one in there. It's like, watch this. I don't know what it was, but that was when I tried to think of a better show to drink. I mean, to watch and drink. I couldn't think of a better.
A better Sophie's Choice would be a good one too. I'm kidding.
I Caddyshack would be great.
I don't know. Aside from the gopher,
but I think drinking makes it better. And Land of the Lost, drinking makes it weirder.
Drinking makes everything better, no?
I think heightens your senses to a point.
I don't need, and people, please don't send me the number to Alkanon. Al-Anon or what is it? Al-Anon?
I don't use sober up.
You know what didn't work last week? These buttons. We heard them in our headphones, but they didn't show up on the. And I don't know why. I'm going to do it again. Oh, and remember when I was playing a video and it sounded distorted?
Right.
But
it was just the word.
No. If for some reason when we were recording it sounded distorted, but when I played it back and listened, you heard the whole song.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that was pretty cool.
Messing.
So let's see. I'm gonna try it again, and we'll let people listen too, because this is not gonna get caught for a copyright strike. Well, see, now that sound you heard of my watch, it's because of that button. We're not gonna hear it. I mean, it won't be in the final.
Those screaming fans in the back.
Yeah. Wait, Black and Blue has a new song? Remember Black and Blue? Hold on to 18. Hold on to 18. All right. Let's see. Oh, I mean, those Elvis Sorrow videos are getting. I saw him in Forrest Gump, and he's running like remember the scene where he's running and he's in the fucking jumpsuit, and someone yells, "How's he running in those boots?"
See a lot of Michael Jackson ones.
Oh, the one at the ring, the doorbell.
Yes.
Oh, you gonna let me in?
How are those people not getting slammed for that?
Yeah, I don't know. And every time I try to make one, the last one I made was the Elvis Lucy one.
Right.
And I think it's hit or miss. I don't know. Let's see. Let me try to. I wonder how. I forgot what I did now. People love this shit, right? Let's see. So I want to share screen. Sharing screen is either in with two monitors. We went through this before, didn't we?
When the show gets big, you're gonna have 2 monitors, babe.
Okay, so here we go. I am sharing at this moment. So see that I can't see what I'm sharing. But when I play this, we'll go back and we'll have a little musical interlude. And if it works, I'll do it. But if it doesn't work, and we don't have video, so it doesn't. I don't hear anything. Right. But when we listen back, when you listen to the episode, we'll let this. Yeah. So this is funny. I'll lower the volume. We'll see what happens. Well, I'll let it play for a couple minutes. Yeah. So if we could do dinner on Friday at, let's say, 5, or I don't want to do any earlier than 5.
Oh, good special.
No.
By the way, what time is it open, the restaurant?
Oh, they're open from lunch on, I believe. Let me see. All right, and just in case this is not working, I'm gonna stop. Okay. Let me look and see when the first video is shown. And I don't want to be that guy that just shows up for his video. You know what I mean?
Well, put on your Cheech costume.
All right. So the first one, now there is an opener. We don't have to be there for the opener. That's 1800. So what time is 1800? Is that 5 o'clock?
It's always 12 o'clock, and then you count from 12 o'clock. 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 12, 13. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5,
6. So it starts at 6. First video is at 8:15. So 6:15, 18:15. So if we go to dinner at 5, get there for 5, and let them know we got to be the fuck out of there.
Yeah. I'm going to call you.
I don't go on until 1945, which is 8:45, I believe. You really don't want to.
Can you run it from your phone, get home and run it on your laptop?
Oh, we could watch it on the phone.
Absolutely.
Okay. Yeah, we could do that.
So get back in chilling.
So my call out, the guy who put me in as the
MC.
the MC, I just put his initials on the Kanga hat that the member of Crackjaw is my Limp Bizkit type of band.
Okay.
And there's initials on there.
I just like saying that.
Yeah,
Think
listen.
Scattaboo's first name.
Scataboo. What's his first name?
Jaw.
What is his first name?
No.
Henry Scataboo? I don't know his first name.
No, I'm just going Scattaboo. We're on a last name space basis. It's I don't know. Hey, Scattaboo. Oh, Scattaboo.
I'll look it up.
Yeah, Scattaboo. It's one of those. They say that a lot. Yeah.
Oh my God, you will never guess his first name, and it doesn't match his second name.
Jonas.
Close.
Oh, really?
Cameron.
Oh, that's why they just call him Scattaboo. Why would you want to yell, "Go Cameron"? You sound like you're.
I don't know. And listen, was he going to be the next Barry Sanders? I don't think so.
Oh, the dude was off to a great start.
Yeah, but he was also dangerous. Like he led with his head all the time, and
I don't know this but the new quarterback for the Giants too. He was running for touchdowns and then going head first and going, oh, whoa, you know why Eli lasted so long on the Giants? Because he didn't do any of that.
Now listen,
stay in the pocket and throw.
I'm not gay, and not that there's anything wrong with it, but Dart is a fucking good-looking dude.
Absolutely.
Send in the hate mail, guys, that I'm saying that the guy is good-looking, but
you know that
he's model good-looking.
Eli's son dressed as Jackson Dart for Christmas for Halloween. Halloween. So he dressed his son up as the Jackson Dart. Back. Keeping the Giants in the family.
Because Eli's not a good-looking man.
He's got great hair. That's it. Tall, big, like his brother.
Smaller forehead than his brother.
No, he has more hair that covers it, I think.
He has a big forehead too?
He's a big boy.
Runs in the family?
He's as big as a boy as Peyton is. I've seen him in person. Same size, same thickness. I think Peyton just looks bigger because of that.
Well, I was watching Monday Night Football last night, and I'm not sure if Troy Aikman is just that large of a man or Joe Buck is that small of a man, because Joe Buck looked like a Oompa Loompa next to him.
It's a little of both. Buck is, because I've seen him on Good Morning America, and he was helping with hosting. He's a little bit smaller, but Troy Aikman is a big boy.
His fucking hands look like
You gotta grab that football, man. He's got those long fingers.
And it was almost it was right before halftime. Joe Buck looked fabulous, had a nice checkered suit on.
Right.
Troy had no jacket on, just a shirt and tie. And I said to the person I said, what the fuck? After they came back from halftime, he had a jacket on. I said, oh, he heard me. Well, I'm sure someone said something. Dude, you're in the booth. Put the fucking jacket on.
By the way, they've done that too. I'm sure certain weatherman on Channel 7.
Sam Champion.
He was getting that. I'm going to put on my athletic
shirt
and with my dress pants and my sneakers. And I was like, listen, back in the day, we all had a nice slim tummy. It wasn't a good look. And you can see the next day, I was like, back to shirt, jacket, blah, blah, blah.
Okay, let them dress the fucking. I don't get it. Why does a weatherman have to wear a suit? I don't get it.
Everything has appearance. Everything's a presentation. It's
And
a representation of that show and people who are trying to sell.
Now,
commercial time.
I did a rant about this, what I'm going to mention, and because last night the female fine, you want to have female reporters on the sidelines, I get it, but these women are dressed like they're going to the Met Gala on the. I don't get it. This woman last night had a white lacy top with a black like tuxedo vest over it, doing sideline interviews. One woman had a dress on that was in the studio, and the other thing that annoys the fuck out of me, I'm sorry. Why do all the sports commentators and pre-shows have to fucking stand now? They're all standing like in a big room.
Yeah, I don't know. Because there's sometimes they're actually, pointing to bigger boards that they need to be full size, but not all the time. Not all the time.
It was a transition. It started, they were sitting behind a desk and you couldn't see their legs. Then the desk changed to like a table where you could see their legs. And now they just fucking stand. Okay. Oh, who won the game last night? Because I didn't finish watching. Dallas and...
I couldn't tell you.
I'll look that up because...
The ticker usually...
Because before halftime, Stephen A. Smith, who also annoys the shit out of me, was sitting with Jerry Jones in the box. Right. And after... I forgot who they were playing then. Oh, the Cardinals. Cardinals. After the Cardinals scored right before halftime, Stephen Smith got up and like patted.
Good luck, buddy.
He goes, "I'm out." He goes,
yeah.
I think he had to go do a radio show, but
Who's the president?
Yeah, I think his it's all a shtick. Cardinals won 27-17. According to the person I was sitting next to last night watching the game, the Cowboys needed this game. Well, apparently they didn't need it that.
I said it's going to be a Super Bowl.
Say it again so we could document that again on another episode because I'm gonna it's the Bills and Lions.
I know.
Bills look good this week.
Bills been looking good for the last 3 years.
I mean, they beat the fucking Chiefs.
And they've been building up the Lions, and they're keeping everybody in check. Everybody's not winning. I mean, even the Colts, who were like 7-2, said, "Yeah, you've been winning too many games," and they got nailed this week.
You really think it's that orchestrated, like because of the betting and everything? And
it's money. It's money. If it's betting, it's money. If it's money, it's everything. They do whatever they can. Massage those games.
What did I start watching that I said to myself, what the fuck am I watching? Oh, I started watching it. Welcome to Derry, the prequel.
Right.
Again, it's just, for me, if a prequel looks more polished than the original, I have issues. And it kind of does. I mean, it was more graphic, and I'm anxious to see where they go. A woman gave birth to like this winged baby. I don't know. I don't know if that was supposed to be it or Pennywise. I'm not sure. They haven't made and I finished the Ed Gein thing. Oh my God. One of the most disturbing shows I've ever watched. Well, fucking dead women. I think that's a thing that would upset a lot of people. And the next one they're doing, because it failed miserably rating wise, by the way, they're doing Lizzie Borden. Now, is there a story there? I mean, do we really need to know the childhood of Lizzie Borden? I don't know.
Well, it's fascinating. Why didn't you get in there? Now I get it.
There's a show I want to watch, and I forgot what network it's on. It's about John Wayne Gacy, a new one. I forget the name. I forget the network.
Comment below.
Yeah, if somebody knows it. What did somebody ask me on Listener Lightning Round this week that I enjoyed answering? Oh, so
Are you Russian?
No one. Well, why would they ask that? They wouldn't know that. Oh, we talked about it. That's why. So, someone asked me, Oh, if I could help them change the spark plugs on their Toyota 4Runner. And
You could help them.
I could hand them shit.
Exactly. That's helping.
That was my answer.
So you
Basically,
could stand there with your butler uniform and your white cloth over and your white gloves holding the tray with the spark plug.
but now listen, back in the day, my first car was a 1970 Dodge Challenger.
Mhm.
I could change the spark plugs in that.
I could do it too. I had the little gap
Yeah.
thing. You can measure the gap in the spark plug just right, and then you bent them just.
Try to find spark plugs in an engine now.
And if you do, you can change them yourself.
Who-
Or you avoid the warranty.
Who told me? I think it was one of my brothers. They had a car that the water pump had to be changed. And I think it was a Toyota, I think, or a Mazda. And in order to get to the fucking pump,
You should have to be with it.
the engine had to be lifted out and would have cost like $7,000. They just bought a fucking new car.
I know things like Ferraris and Lamborghinis have issues like that where they have to. But then it's, those are professionally taken care of anyway. So I figure they could do it, but on a regular.
That makes no sense. And I know the Kia Soul, I was having it serviced, and he goes, well, we wanted to check the power steering, but we can't get to it. It has to be checked by a dealer. Fuck that.
That doesn't make any sense.
Well, it makes sense for the dealer, I guess.
Yeah, but no.
On a fucking Kia.
We've been putting cars together for a long time now. Did you ever see I saw some guy on.
Do you want more, by the way?
I saw some guy online take apart a 2021. He has something around it. He took apart the center console. 32 pieces to make up a center console.
Why?
Exactly. Because I guess it was cheaper to do it that way back in the. I'm like a little piece here and this with the. That's a lot of rattling.
It's not going to show up. I have to figure out why that's not showing up. But
yeah, it's so they're making them a little more simpler. That's a lot of pieces for a center console. Just saying.
if we only could figure out the transportation, like the Star Trek thing, where you just get in the thing and it's transported.
They just break down your molecules and then reassemble them from point A to point B.
You know what I came across the other night? The Fly was on with Jeff Goldblum. But do you remember how cool we thought that fucking movie was?
Yeah.
And I look at the special effects now. Oh my God. It looks like you and I made it with an iPhone. And that was at the time was supposed to be like cutting edge.
Yeah.
Well, that's the thing at the time. How come they never remade that movie? That looks that's a
No, you've jinxed us. I think somebody is making that.
Oh, really?
I think so. When you get on the thing and you hear, oh, they're remaking. I heard that. I've been hearing about a Green Hornet and Kato.
Do we need that?
You could do that.
After the Seth Rogen one?
No, so terrible. You need to do it, and you have to hand it to a Korean filmmaker. Let's do that another way. Hand it to a Japanese filmmaker and say, listen, focus on Kato. Green Hornet be an after the fact kind of thing. Will be the fine answer.
Why focus on Kato?
Because you can do his family background and rise him up a little. Green Hornet can back him up with the tech. Kato can be the mechanic. They can, but the action sequences from a Japanese film director would be mind blowing, and they would not. It would be a little dark, but you would have.
Yeah, but should Green Hornet be dark? That's the whole thing. Like Seth Rogen's version was
in the comics.
Was a comedy.
Yeah, and it wasn't supposed to. He took liberties with that. It was the original.
Oh,
It was very dark and very sinister and very cutting and very lethal. Yeah, go all out and do something with it, and just turn it up to 11.
You know what I was happy to see? Do you know who's the fight technical advisor for Doomsday and Secret Wars? Did you read that?
I do not.
Jackie Chan.
Really?
Yeah. So let's nerd out a little bit. So did you see all the latest where they explain why Doom looks like Tony Stark? Have you seen the latest?
It feels so convoluted because every time I read it, it's
Well, no,
it was always Doom.
yeah. So here's the thing. So it made sense to me.
It was when was the Easter egg when Tony met his father in.
No. They that Josh from the Den of Nerds explained.
Okay.
So when He Who Remains,
Correct,
in Loki, was trying to I think
history.
Yeah, and the universes exploded.
Right.
And at that point, every version of Doctor Doom was released into the world.
Okay.
One of them wound up in 616.
Okay.
And the Starks adopted him.
Okay. Yes.
So
has gone around.
Right. So, but they've confirmed this is the storyline that they're going with.
So they've adopted him, and is he the only child that is, instead of Tony Stark, you get a Doctor Doom kid?
Well, but they adopted him and named him Tony Stark. So, although he was Tony Stark by name and adopted by the Starks, he is in reality Doctor Doom.
So now I can accept that. I can accept that plausibility. You've tied it to something and you've made it possible and said, listen, I pulled it out of here and I brought it down here. I like that.
And we're supposed to get the first trailer for Doomsday with the release of Avatar, Fire and Ash or Water and something.
Fire, ash, water.
I don't
cigarettes.
think we need another Avatar. Which, by the way, I will stand by this. It's Fern Gully.
Watch your mouth. We're on the right.
No, it is the same fucking story as Fern Gully.
Is that right?
Do you remember Fern Gully?
Yes, it is.
The first one. I mean, they bastardized it when they made the second and whatever. But the first storyline was exactly Fern Gully. Whatever.
I'm running out of ideas. We have pretty pictures. We have to put them up there. What do we do first one?
Yeah.
I got an idea. I just read a book.
You did?
No, just
Oh. I was reading. I read Morton Short's book again for the second time. I enjoyed it so much the first time.
Did you catch anything different?
No. Okay. I was like, I breezed through it, but I like him and I like his whole story, and he's very funny. Shit, we're almost at 45 minutes.
Have a little timer.
Oh, I have a timer. It's right there. I'm looking at it. So next week, I think I'm doing an AI music roundtable with 3 artists from the Music Society page.
Good.
Professor Jacket Music, Jai the Poet, and Tim Peggs, the mastermind behind Alice Tanner. I don't know if you've ever seen any of her videos. We did 2 collabs together. I'll be doing that. And that's it so far. I've lost a lot of the connections for future guests were on my other Facebook page. So I'm trying to reach out to those people. And I guess for the same reasons, they don't know who the fuck I am. They might look like that as a scam, but. All right. So is there anything you want to say before we leave? Because we are approaching 45 minutes. That is our time limit. Anything you want to say, sir?
Go Vincenzo or go home.
And there will be no going home because Vincenzo will be part of the show forever and ever and ever. Thanks for tuning in, guys. I really appreciate it. Remember to send in your questions for Listener Lightning Round. Over and out, everybody. We'll see you next week.
His opinion he's ready to grant. He's angry and ready to reign. From the madness of the world today, Dick's gonna tear it down his way. Special guests and top 5 lists, reviews you don't wanna miss. He's ready and wants to be known. And don't forget the Vincenzo. Dick is unleashed, kicking down the door, never leaves you wanting more. Buckle up, bitches, it's time to soar. This is the world according to Dick Button, season 4. Opinion sharp, the mic's on fire, rant fueled up, he'll never tire. From laughs to rage and so much more, Dick Buttons is back, season 4.